Good evening, everyone. It's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I'm going to get started with our presentation. Welcome. My name is Neil Dudley. I am with AmaWaterways, and tonight we are going to be doing a presentation which is specifically focused on our cruises that we have on the Danube and the Rhine rivers. So a couple of housekeeping notes. You'll notice during the presentation, you'll all be on listen-only mode. There is a little chat box in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, so if you do have any questions, please just type them in there and I will endeavor to answer those at the end of the presentation. The presentation will last for probably about 40 minutes. And like I said, leaving some time at the end. So all of you have probably been invited by your valued travel advisors. So thank you very much for joining us. There's probably some of my advisor friends on here. But folks, if there's any of you on the presentation tonight who don't actually have a travel advisor they are working with and are interested, please just email me and I will partner you up with our preferred travel advisor partner that is closest geographically to you as well. So you'll see my email address in there for that information. But like I said, tonight I'm very excited to be focused on the Danube and the Rhine rivers. Now, we have been doing product presentations, so a much more detailed experience about the AmaWaterways ships, of course, about all of the items that make them quite special and such. So if you are wanting more information on that, you're more than welcome to join me at 2 o'clock Eastern time. I am doing these again tomorrow and Thursday. If that time does not work for you, again, just get in touch with your travel advisor, ask for a copy of that presentation. I can send it to them, and it'll be a lot more detailed because tonight it's just going to be a quick overview of the AmaWaterways ships in order that I can really focus on our itineraries that we have on both the Danube and the Rhine rivers. So without further ado, let me get things started tonight. So, like I said, my name is Neil Dudley. I take care of Central and Eastern Canada. So primarily all of my advisor friends in Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec. That lovely lady in the middle, Sandra Gardner, she's actually our Director of National Accounts for all of Canada. She was going to join me tonight, but she's out in Halifax, and I don't believe she has any power right now due to the tropical storm that is going through right there. So she sends her regrets. And there's my lovely colleague, Shauna, out on the West Coast. She takes care of BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. So that's the Team Canada family, but let me tell you about the AmaWaterways family. We are a family-owned and operated company. Two main families since our inception 18 years ago. You've got Rudy and Christine there on the left-hand side. Husband and wife team from Germany and Austria, really bringing a lot of great in-depth knowledge to our main destination, of course, which is Europe. And you've got the Murphys on the right-hand side from the US. So it's an internationally owned and operated company. And that truly is reflected in the product itself when you get on board any of our AmaWaterways cruise ships. Now, a bit about our fleet, folks. I just thought you should know, Rudy is not just one of our owners, but he's actually the architect and designer of every single one of our ships. And currently, we've got a fleet of 25 ships in the water. Now, when Rudy was building his ships, he wanted to make sure of a couple of things that were very important to him. One, he wants to make sure that no matter which ship you are on, you are getting that same onboard AmaWaterways experience. So all of the features on each and every one of our ships are mirrored. We've got a fleet of 25 ships and very innovative in his design. Now, river cruising sometimes has to deal with something that our ocean cruising cousins do not, and that is sometimes water levels are too high or too low. So he designed his fleet to actually have the shallowest draft of any river cruise line over in Europe. We only need between 4 and 6 feet of water underneath us in order to be able to cruise, while every other river cruise line needs between 8 and 12 feet of water. And folks, we are a very sustainable company. I know a lot of people are bringing these questions up to their travel advisors, worried about whether these travel companies are going to survive past the COVID situation. So a couple of things for you to know. Yes, we are completely debt-free, and a river cruise ship costs anywhere between $40 and $70 million per ship to build. Every time we build one of our ships, the design of our company by Rudy was that we are going to pay for these ships upfront in cash. We carry absolutely no debt with the building of any of our ships. We don't use any sort of creditors or loan borrowing in order to finance these. So you don't have to be an accountant to figure out that we've got 25 ships valued at that approximate price, gives us about $1 billion of assets, making for a very sustainable company. And as you can see, the quote from our owner there in the bottom left-hand corner, there is no debt on any of our ships. I can sleep at night. So we will be here long after the COVID situation, which again, is part of the reason why our river cruises are booking up very, very quickly for 2021 and for 2022. So some of those innovations, of course, when Rudy built the fleet, he wanted to pull a couple of features off the ocean cruise experience. And we have our signature twin balcony suites. You've got that outdoor balcony that you're used to seeing on the ocean ships, but a matching mirrored indoor balcony. So that no matter what the weather, no matter what the temperature, you're always able to enjoy that beautiful balcony view. This innovation also allows us to do triple and quad accommodation, much like you would only find on the ocean ships. Again, very unique experience. We've got 3 levels of accommodation, our picture window staterooms, French balcony suites, right up to our signature twin balcony suites. And every cabin has the iMac entertainment system, Wi-Fi complimentary throughout your entire cruise, no matter what device you bring, or you can utilize the iMac entertainment system for your internet access. Onboard entertainment, of course, we've got multiple lounges for you to enjoy when you're on board. Again, much like a boutique ocean experience. You've got the main lounge and bar. That's where our onboard entertainment happens, local entertainment. And then after that is done, you've got the onboard musician to play music into the later hours as well. Got our little library lounge, quieter area, books to read, fireplace setting, and our 24-hour cafe and lounge, coffee, tea, espresso, served whenever you like. And there's tapas available as well for you in each and every one of these lounges. Food is something we are very proud of on board AmaWaterways. That's a shot of the main dining room. 170 seats in there, but we've only got 156 guests on board at any one given time. What that means, it's open seating. Come and dine whenever, wherever you like. Tables of 2, 4, 6, or 8 for you to enjoy. Now, this is the one thing to note, folks. We've actually been river cruising over in Europe since the beginning of July. Now, it is just for our European passengers, as they are the only ones able to get over and board our ships, but few enhancements have happened while on board. In fact, we only have 100 guests on board. So as you can see, that leaves 70 open seats. Very easy, of course, to be socially distant on a river cruise ship. And of course, it is a much smaller, much more intimate environment. But in addition to the main dining room, we actually have these little private wine rooms to the left and to the right-hand side. Seat about 8 or 10 guests. So if you're traveling with a group, it can be a bit more of an intimate dining experience. We've also got the chef's table at the back of the ship, seats about 28 guests, and it's a totally different menu than what you're going to find in the main restaurant. In fact, we make sure everybody gets a chance to dine in here at least once during their journey, because we won't take a second reservation from guests until everybody else has made their first reservation. So as you can see, 28 guests in the chef's table, another 8 or 10 in each of the private wine rooms, leaves us with only about 80 guests in the main dining room. So that is why we have been sailing very successfully, of course. Very socially distant experience on board, even when we are at full capacity. Now, the cuisine is something we are very proud of. In fact, we always want to make sure that you're getting that full, authentic culinary experience. So the chefs design the menus to be reflective of the areas that we are cruising through. And this was recognized by Chaîne de Rôdesseur, which is the oldest gastronomic society in the world. And any true 5-star restaurant really does want this accreditation attached to their menus. We are the only river cruise line to have ever been awarded this designation. So we're very proud of the food. And of course, all sorts of healthy options are available for you. Vegetarian, vegan meals, any sort of dietary restrictions that you need. You're even going to find gluten-free snack corners and detox water stations of the day scattered throughout the ship as well. Some of the onboard services, of course, if you're the kind of cruiser who likes to get a massage or get your hair done, there are those services available on board. We've got our fitness centers on every single one of our ships, as well as about 20 or 25 bikes, free of charge for you to take out in any port of call, should you wish to do so. But probably our most popular area of recreation happens to be the rooftop heated pool we have on all of our ships over in Europe. Over in France, where the ships are a bit smaller, these are hot tubs up there for you to enjoy, but great areas to relax. And this is something very different to our ocean cruising cousins. Our cruise manager might tell you about an amazing vintage of wine or a specialty liqueur that's only available in that next port of call. Folks, you can purchase it, bring it back on board the ship, enjoy it wherever you like, including up at the pool. There's even a bartender up there to take care of your every need as well. Now, of course, each and every passing year, Rudy's always looking to see what he can do to further enhance your river cruising experience. And this slide really shows a number of these incredible enhancements we've done in the last year or two. And my favorite one is the My Ama Cruise app, a great app that you're able to use both before, during, and after your cruise. You can actually take your pictures through this app, and it can form into your own digital photo album of everything that you've seen on your AmaWaterways river cruise experience. Drinks are always included with all of your meals, whether these are alcoholic or non-alcoholic. But in 2018, we added our sip and sail program. So it's basically your drinks in that late afternoon period in the main lounge. These are included now as well, unlimited right up until dinner time begins. Of course, there's shore excursions included every single day. And in the larger cities and towns, we actually give you a choice of tours to allow you to customize your touring experience. And of course, we utilize the quiet box system. Currently, we are putting no more than 10 guests per tour guide as well. We're the first and still only river cruise line to have a full-time wellness host on each and every one of our ships, offering complimentary classes for you to enjoy should you wish to do so. Now, folks, this is something that's of keynote with regards to river cruising. When a river cruise is operating, we are operating within the confines of the country we are traveling through. So we must adhere to their health and safety protocols. And as you can imagine, over in Europe, each of these countries have been further enhancing their health and safety protocols. So this is very different to our ocean cruising cousins who, once they're in international waters, don't have the same levels that they must adhere to. So it's been a great journey for us. We've been able to enhance based on what the countries require for us to operate within their borders, and guests are absolutely loving the experience. And in fact, because we have been cruising since the beginning of July, we've actually taped our most recent health and safety protocol video, which is going to give you a great outline as to what life is on board with a luxury river cruise experience with AmaWaterways. So let me just play that for you now, folks.
Our world has changed, but the rivers continue to flow. As the proud godmother of our award-winning Ama Christina, I'm honored to tell you that she became one of the very first river cruise ships to start sailing the European rivers this summer. We want to reassure our guests that you will experience the same wonderful AmaWaterways service you have come to love, with some important enhancements to our health and safety protocols to keep both you and our crew healthy throughout your journey. As always, you will be warmly welcomed aboard. Your pre-cruise health questionnaire will be updated and temperatures will be taken. We will sanitize your luggage before delivering it to your stateroom. You will notice our friendly crew wearing face coverings throughout the ship, and we kindly ask you to wear them whenever moving through public spaces. We have made enhancements to the ship so that you may enjoy yourself without the use of a face covering. We are also limiting the number of guests on board. Our crew will be happy to serve you at your table, as well as provide you a delicious room service menu during meal times. While you are relaxing on the sun deck, taking in the breathtaking views, we are busy sanitizing all public areas, exercise equipment and mats, bicycles and helmets. Our incredible variety of included shore excursions are always conducted in small groups. Even with these enhanced health and safety measures in place, our guests are still enjoying a wonderful experience. Since we started AmaWaterways 18 years ago, we have been passionate about creating luxurious, authentic, and inspiring river cruises for every traveler. One of the most important aspects for our guests is the luxury of having peace of mind while traveling. For your comfort and safety, we are offering exclusive airport transfers when you purchase your flight through AmaWaterways. We want to assure you that the health and safety of our guests and crew will always be our top priority. And we look forward to welcoming you on board one of our luxurious river cruise ships soon again.
So folks, that just gives you a little glimpse into what the AmaWaterways experience is today. We're very excited about that. And like I said, it's been very successful for us since we have been starting to cruise back again. So, folks, let me just go in here, just get rid of this. So as far as where we cruise, this is where we're going to get into the main focus of tonight's presentation, of course. Now, we do cover all the main rivers of Europe, the Main, the Rhine, the Danube, the Moselle rivers, the rivers of France and Portugal, and a few exotic destinations outside of continental Europe, including the Mekong, the Chobe, and the Nile. And just so you know, obviously tonight's focus are on the rivers, the Danube and the Rhine. But tomorrow night, I will be doing the rivers of France and Portugal. And on Thursday evening, I will be doing our exotic destinations, the Mekong, the Chobe, and our newest destination, the Nile River. But let us start with the Danube. And folks, the Danube River is probably the most popular river cruise experience for the first-time river cruiser to enjoy. It's primarily focused on either 7-night experiences between Vilshofen and Budapest, or 7-night experiences between Budapest and Bucharest. Of course, you can also do the best of the West and the best of the East. Very popular, especially for our Canadian travelers. That's called the Grand Danube, and that's the 14-night experience that covers all of those things. And of course, we've got the famous Christmas markets cruises. So this slide is really just listing all of the different cruises we have along the Danube. But what I'm going to do tonight, folks, is focus on about just a few of our most popular and perhaps my particular favorite river cruise over on the Danube. But of course, please get in touch with your local travel advisor. They can guide you through all of our different Danube river cruises that we have. But the one I'm going to start with is our newest one from last year. It's called Magna on the Danube. And this is with our brand new ship, the AmaMagna, which I will actually play a quick little video now in a few slides time. But the AmaMagna is the world's largest river cruise ship ever to be built. And our owner, it's been a bit of a pet project of Rudy's for the last 7 years, really dreaming up and designing this ship really to entice ocean cruising guests who expect more from their ocean cruise vacation over on the river cruise experience. So that is the ship that sails on this beautiful itinerary, but it is our most popular itinerary between Budapest and Vilshofen, a 7-night river cruise experience. And let me just tell you about the ship itself, though. The ship, the AmaMagna, has 196 guests. That's only slightly bigger than some regular 4-star river cruise lines. And what we've been able to do is go twice the width because this part of the river can handle a ship that is that size. What enhancements has it done? Yes, all of the ships still have the same features. The AmaMagna just has more space to have more of these features. So it has 4 restaurants on board, all of which are included. So you've got the main restaurant, you've got the chef's table, seats about 28 guests, as I highlighted a little earlier. Plus, we've been able to add Jimmy's Family Bar Restaurant, as well as the al fresco dining experience, something you normally only find on a boutique ocean ship. It's got the rooftop heated pool. It's got a hot tub up in the top area for you to enjoy. Multiple lounges. So you've got the main lounge, and of course, you've got 2 library lounges and a private movie theater. But the suites are truly what makes this ship very, very special. They go from 355 square feet up to 710 square feet. And folks, if you live in the city of Toronto in a condo, that owner's suite is probably bigger than your condo. So very, very spacious for you to enjoy on board. So we're very excited about this ship. She debuted last year, and it really is bringing a whole new level of river cruising over to the Danube River. Now, folks, some of the highlights, of course, with regards to this particular itinerary, I just want to go through them. Bratislava happens to be one of my absolute favorite highlights, and very few river cruise lines actually stop in this beautiful city. It's the capital of Slovakia. It's not far outside of Vienna, but really it is a throwback to old style Europe. And what I love to say about Bratislava, yes, the next stop your following day is Vienna. And yes, Vienna is an absolute stunning European city. But folks, all the same shops exist in Bratislava, and it's probably about 30% cheaper than you're going to find in Vienna. So that is my tip for tonight. If you're going on the Danube cruise, save your shopping for Bratislava, whether it's before or after Vienna, depending on which direction you are traveling in. Absolutely amazing city, though, and I'm thrilled that our itinerary and our cruise line is one of the very few that actually stop there. Cycling tour onto this, and you might think, I'm not a cyclist. Why is he talking to me about cycling? But very level area on the Danube, and it is something very exciting. We do actually a cycling ride. It's a guided cycling experience through the Wachau Valley, a beautiful wine country area. 32 kilometers, but it is guided and it is an amazing experience. It's all along the river, so that is an option for you on this particular cruise. But folks, Budapest, one of my absolute favorite cities in Europe, and I believe Budapest is the absolute most beautiful city by night. And as you can see in this picture, the bridge is lit up, the Parliament buildings in the background. So what we do is something very unique. All of our cruises overnight in Budapest. We actually do an illuminations cruise. It's a 1-hour cruise in the evening up and down the Danube River to give you the best way of seeing the beautiful city on both the Buda side and the Pest side. All of these buildings, all of these monuments were always built to face the river. So it truly is the best way to see these buildings. So that is another big highlight for our Budapest experience. Now remember as well, this is a 7-night experience, but you can do 3-night pre and post extensions. And I will tell you right now, about 75% of our guests go and do the Prague extension. 4-day, 3-night package. We stay in the heart of Prague. You get, of course, day 2 is guided sightseeing. Day 3 is a day at leisure for you to wander around. And I love this combination because I really feel Budapest is the most beautiful city in Europe by night. Prague is the most beautiful city during the day. So it's a great way to add on a 3-night extension up into Prague. And folks, anytime you do a guided land extension with us, it is fully escorted by our cruise managers. So that again is a very unique experience as well. So what I want to do though is play a little video about the AmaMagna just to give you a little glimpse into what the AmaMagna experience is really all about and what makes it very, very special.
In May 2019, Europe's regal Danube River will welcome another jewel in her crown, the AmaMagna. At twice the width of traditional river cruise ships, yet carrying only 196 guests, this gem has been crafted by AmaWaterways to meet the needs of discerning cruise travelers. The sun deck offers a pool, whirlpool, bar, barbecue, walking track, and plenty of spaces to view the Danube's rolling vineyards and majestic cities. The alfresco restaurant at the front features a dining area with both retractable roof and windows that invites Europe's natural splendors and gentle breezes inside. A pop-up elevator provides easy access to the sun deck, while a water sports platform opens to reveal a sundowner boat and leisure platform. A view of the ship's decks reveals just how much luxurious personal space AmaMagna provides, with its mostly all-suite accommodations, measuring from 355 to 710 square feet, and featuring full balconies. The main lounge is the place to enjoy entertainment, while the expansive Zen Wellness Studio is the place to get active or to indulge in a spa treatment. The alfresco restaurant, the main restaurant, the chef's table, and Jimmy's Wine Bar restaurant entice guests with exquisite dining experiences. Built with the environment in mind, AmaMagna is an eco-friendly ship with quieter and more fuel-efficient engines. AmaMagna has been designed to take the river cruise experience to a new, unique level. Welcome aboard.
We are quite thrilled with the brand new AmaMagna. Very, very unique experience for you to enjoy over on the Danube rivers. Now, my next itinerary I'm going to talk about is Gems of Southeast Europe. And a lot of times if guests have already done the Wielschoving to Budapest run, this is the one that they look at next. It truly is an incredible way of seeing Southeastern Europe and a number of countries which are very different to that of the ones in Western Europe. Now, it's a 7-night experience between Budapest and Bucharest. It stops in our Romanian port city of Giurgiu. And a few of the highlights on this would have to definitely be the Iron Gates in Serbia, which of course we will be sailing through during the day for you to enjoy. These incredible rock carvings into the sides of the various mountains. Truly, back in the old days, of course, these were fortified defended areas along the rivers, and the stone carving monuments in the sides of the mountains have been preserved over centuries. So it's truly incredible to see these massive monoliths as you sail through the Iron Gates. And when we do this, of course, we have guided lectures on board to talk about the history of the areas you are seeing as well. So I mentioned Budapest, of course, in the last one. It's again another highlight on this cruise. That Illuminations cruise is truly something to behold. So we're very excited that that exists on our Gems of Southeastern Europe. And a few of the highlights that you see, Novi Sad in Serbia is an incredible city. And this actually happens to be one of their old fortresses, right facing the river again. It's quite an incredible sight to see, and you get to see this obviously from the river, and a full excursion over to that as part of your touring experience during the day. It's I'm not even going to attempt. I believe it's Petrovaradin is the name of the fortress, but I probably screwed that pronunciation up. So to any folks who are Serbian on here, I apologize for my horrible pronunciation. So, and of course, the capital of Romania, Bucharest. And in fact, it's a very interesting fact that Bucharest actually has the largest parliament buildings in all of Europe. Quite amazing and impressive building. Of course, these are the grounds outside. That's a picture of the structure behind. And that is part of your sightseeing tour that you get a chance to see when you do the Gems of Southeast Europe. Now, like I said, it's a very different experience. You get to see 5 different Southeastern European countries. So quite a unique experience. So if anyone's already done the Danube, this is really a great way of looking at it next. And our cruise managers did a lovely little COVID presentation just a few weeks ago on this particular journey. A number of our cruise managers are from these various countries. Very proud and excited that we actually go to this area. So let me just play you their little clip on why they love the Gems of Southeast Europe.
Hi everyone, behind me is the Schönbrunn Palace, which you will get to see when you're here in Vienna.
Welcome to Budapest, the Queen of the Danube behind me, the Houses of Parliament, something a must to see when you cruise with AmaWaterways.
Hi everyone, come visit Southeast Croatia. We'll teach you all about our history and have you taste some of our delicious wines.
Why Novi Sad is nicknamed the Athens of Serbia, and where does the Gibraltar on Danube stands, you'll discover during your cruise.
Hi, my name is Andrijana, and today I welcome you to Belgrade, the capital of Serbia. Behind me, the breathtaking view of the river Danube. We are waiting for you.
Cruising the lower Danube will take you through the most spectacular scenery on the entire Danube River, the Iron Gates.
Discover the country of roses, Bulgaria, while visiting spectacular rock formations and the city of Tars.
Please come to Bucharest to see why we have the biggest parliament and the biggest Orthodox church in the entire world.
Time to go to Transylvania, where you will find Dracula, thousands of legends, the last virgin forests of Europe, and of course the landscape that you see behind me.
See
You soon on the Gems
of
Southeast Europe.
So that's a shot of all our cruise managers, and honestly in love with one of our favorite itineraries, and a great way to see that part. And like I said, I'm going to tell you, if you want to see the best of the West and the best of the East, and you've got 14 nights to take a river cruise with us, do look at the Grand Danube. It is our most popular river cruise experience for our Canadian guests, because we normally do have a bit more time, of course, in order to travel over. And this one will highlight everything that you just saw, from Vilshoven to Budapest, right through from Budapest over through to Bucharest. So another great journey to look at if you'd like to combine the best of the West with the best of the East. But folks, we have saved my favorite river cruise on the Danube for last. It is the Christmas markets experiences, and Europe really does Christmas up unlike anywhere else in the world. It obviously dates back, it's part of their history. And we have Christmas markets cruises that primarily sail either between Vilshofen and Budapest or Nuremberg and Budapest. These are 7-night river cruise experiences. And what I love about this is that you get all the same great inclusions that I've just gone through on that particular journey, but the cities and towns that we stop in all do their own very unique Christmas markets. It is not something that's the same. And to be honest, the very first time I did this about 10 years ago, I just assumed that every city and town was going to have the same Christmas market, the same artisan crafts, all of those kinds of things. And I was very pleasantly surprised that that was not the case. I ended up having to buy a second suitcase to buy all, or to basically pack all of the things that I purchased there. And it is also a very social experience. It's a great opportunity for you to actually meet the locals, because they come out each and every night and enjoy the Christmas markets. They have the glühwein, all of the local foods and stuff that you're going to find at all of these incredible Christmas markets. So that takes place between the 24th of November and the 24th of December. And we have Christmas markets on both the Danube and the Rhine, as well as actually over in France, which I will talk about on the French one tomorrow night. But really an incredible experience for you to behold. This is just a couple of shots of some of the main markets that you're going to see. Vienna actually has 7 different Christmas markets scattered throughout the city. And we always leave time for you to go and explore each and every one of these beautiful markets. This is another shot of one of the old town Christmas markets along the way as well. Yeah, we are hoping that these will be the ones that are operating. We are currently suspended right now for our international passengers. Like I said, we've been cruising for our European guests, but our goal is to actually be welcoming our Canadians over on board this year for our Christmas markets cruises. And let me just tell you what, well, show you what makes them truly very special as well. So there's just a little glimpse into truly what makes them a very special and my absolute favorite river cruise experience. Now, we are going to go over to the Rhine River now, folks. That's the second half of tonight's presentation, and a beautiful stretch of river that takes you between Amsterdam and Basel. And what you're going to find is 7, 10, and 12-night experiences. And what this allows us to do, this is the whole list of all of our cruises that you see along the Rhine, from our tulip time focused ones up in the Netherlands and Belgium, to the Northern European countries, right down from Amsterdam, sailing down through to the Swiss port city of Basel. So a whole range of different itineraries on the Rhine. And I can tell you right now, folks, that the longer river cruises that we actually have will be taking you along the Main River and the Moselle rivers. Now, these are smaller offshoot rivers of the Rhine River, so you need a bit of a longer itinerary in order for us to sail down there. And the Moselle River, I can tell you, is really considered probably the most beautiful river over in Europe. You can see that picture on the right-hand side there. Stunning old castles perched high atop of the river, of course, overlooking the villages and towns that they once ruled over in the olden days as well. So truly unique experiences along there as well. And that will be what your 10, 11, and 12-night river cruises allow you to see, is all 3 rivers combined into one incredible experience. But I have picked a few to highlight out tonight. But again, your valued travel advisor can guide you through all of our different Rhine river cruises. But probably one of my most favorite ones is the Rhine and Moselle Fairy Tales. This is our 11-night experience that takes you between Amsterdam and Basel and allows to go off to those other rivers as well. So some of the highlights that you see there, of course, you've got Amsterdam, when we do overnights in Amsterdam. Moselle River cruising. We actually do this during the day to make sure you're going to be able to see and enjoy it, along with the Rhine Gorge cruising, which we do during the day. We go into the Alsace region, stunning area for some beautiful wines. Cologne and Rudesheim, probably my favorite little town in Germany. Now, Amsterdam, we overnight there in Amsterdam, so you get a chance to experience what happens there during the day as well as in the evening, all very walkable from the ship. Stunning old canals and such, really navigating you through the city of Amsterdam. Lana Castle, this is actually an exclusive experience to us. This happens if you're sailing southbound just after you've left Cologne. This is a beautiful old castle, one of the oldest and only ones that are left preserved in a northern part of Germany. And we actually will take you there for an evening tour after you've done dinner back on board after your touring that you've been having during the day in Cologne. So you get a chance to go see this beautiful old castle, and it is all lit up by candlelight. It's a natural experience. It's incredible for you to see as well. And the Moselle, I mentioned the Moselle River cruising, I mentioned the Rhine Gorge. These are both experiences that you're going to do during the day. The Moselle Curve is a very unique experience, as you can see in the picture here. When you're winding around this very tight corners on this river, it almost looks like you can see the back part of the ship as you're sailing around the curve. And every time that we are doing this, we either have our cruise managers giving lectures, or we sometimes have guest lecturers specializing in this area on board for a beautiful guided on board experience as well. And Rudesheim, this is my absolute favorite stop. I cannot get enough of Rudesheim every time I go. It is a small little town in the Wachau Valley, known for their wines and their apricot liqueurs. Part of the tour, of course, includes a gondola ride up to the top where their little monuments are, over top of the wines, the wineries below, the little cliffside wineries. And folks, if you're a Christmas fan, they have the best year-round Christmas shops here, all hand-carved German ornaments and such. So, and Siegfried's Mechanical Museum, a lot of amazing things in this tiny little town that we stop in as well. Now, the Rhine castles in Swiss Alps, I'm going to talk to you about this. This is actually a new itinerary for us. It's a 7-night journey, so if you don't have the time to do the full 11-night experience we just did, this is one that will take you between Amsterdam and Basel. So a lot of the same highlights, of course, that you're going to find on here, but a few extra things that have changed. So Cologne, of course, is one of the great cities of Germany. You've got the beautiful old church that you're seeing in the background there. Of course, your tour will include an experience off into there, into the Cologne area. The Rhine Gorge, like I said, you get a chance to experience this. There's 21 castles that you are going to see along the Rhine Gorge. Now, if your next question to me is going to be, well, which side of the ship should I be on? I can tell you that 11 castles are on the port side, 10 of them are on the starboard side. So fear not, folks, you're going to see all of the castles. And when you're cruising, you can kind of see in this picture here, you can truly and easily see both sides. So if you're on one of your balcony suites, you're obviously going to be able to see both sets of castles. You can sit on the top deck, of course, enjoy the guided lecturing experience as you're going through. But my tip of the day, if you are traveling with another set of friends, take cabins across from one another. That way you can simply run across, look at their out their side for the castles that are on their side, and pop back to yours as well. And Basel, what we've done on this particular itinerary, Basel was something we always had guests reviewing saying, we love Basel, I wish we had more time in Basel. Well, this itinerary will actually have an overnight experience in the beautiful Swiss port city of Basel. So another great highlight. There's a lot to see. And Heidelberg, they refer to this as romantic Heidelberg. That happens to be one of your beautiful journeys that you get a chance to see on this particular cruise itinerary as well. And the last one I'm going to highlight tonight is the Tulip Time. And the Tulip Time is something very unique. It happens in March, April, and early May, and it focuses on the countries of the Netherlands and Belgium. So it's a 7-night round trip experience in and out of the city of Amsterdam. But please, folks, even though the floral experiences like this are absolutely incredible, it is not all about the tulips. The Netherlands, of course, is a country built on dikes, and it's all under sea level. So it is incredible to see the mechanics behind how the country of the Netherlands is actually in existence to this very day. So we take you off for one of your tours, is off to see the Delta Works and see exactly how they have made this incredible country, expanded and reclaimed. I believe it's over 65 or 70% of their land from the sea. So incredible experience. That's one of the amazing tours. And of course, then you go into the country of Belgium. And Belgium is also equally beautiful One of the tours is going to take you off to the romantic the beautiful city of Ghent and the romantic city of Bruges. So quite an incredible experience that happens, like I said, primarily in March, April, and early May. But a brand new itinerary for us is called the Best of Holland and Belgium, where we will be operating cruise year-round to these beautiful countries as well. And I'm just going to give you a quick little video experience to take you down the Rhine River so you really get a chance to see some of the incredible sights that I've just gone through just by highlighting these 3 particular itineraries as well.
We couldn't wait to set sail on our river cruise with AmaWaterways. The Rhine River is so beautiful, and you get to discover all the history and wonder of 4 different countries. There's so much to see and do, and just these moments that we had, we know we'll cherish forever. Everything about it, the luxury, the service, the wonderful dining, and of course, the amazing sights. It was definitely the trip of a lifetime. Here's to the memories we made, ones that will always stay with us.
That just gives you some of the great visual highlights of the Rhine River as well. Now, one last thing I do want to mention, of course, is we have another product called our Celebration of Wine Cruises, and we actually have beautiful wine river cruises on both the Danube and the Rhine. So, and these just add an extra element and experience over. They kind of relate the history of wine in each of these regions. We started with 2 of those in 2009, and we'll be operating 64 different wine river cruises in 2021. So it's become a very popular cruise experience. So if that is of interest, have a look at that program as well. Now, folks, in wrapping things up tonight, there are incredible early booking offers, and of course, your travel advisors can guide you through what all of these are. But I will tell you right now, yes, we have been suspended for our international passengers until the 15th of November. And as a result, about 70 or 80% of our guests have rebooked for either 2021 or into 2022. So we have a lot of guests starting to plan their river cruise for next year, and we're already 73% sold out. So do keep that in mind. In fact, for 2022, we're 24% sold out. So again, your travel advisors can guide you through. Make sure that you get the river cruise and the best offer, because we always put our best offers out earliest. And I can tell you right now, one that is proving extremely popular is our Fly Free promotion. We have it on over 100 sailings for 2021. And of course, right now, with the uncertainty of air, not knowing once they start flying back what the prices are going to be, this has really taken a lot of worries out of guests booking a river cruise by being able to take advantage of our free round trip airfares. But as a special thank you tonight, you'll actually be getting this little offer once we finish the presentation this evening. We actually have some exclusive virtual show offers. These are exclusive just as a thank you for tuning in tonight. So yes, we've got great early booking offers, but these are for a few of our spring sailings. And we've picked one of each of the areas that we've talked about tonight. Of course, we've got the Danube between Wielschoven and Budapest. You've got the Rhine between Amsterdam and Basel, and you've got the Tulip Time. We've picked one departure date on for each of these programs for the spring, and it is 2 for the price of 1. This is only good for bookings done until the end of September. So again, this is exclusive to you for listening tonight. So again, get in touch with your travel advisor if you'd like to take advantage of one of those great sailings. And like I said, this flyer will be sent to you after the presentation is over this evening. But finally, please, we want you to book with full peace of mind. If you add the Travel Waiver Plus, it allows you to change your cruise for absolutely any reason with no cost to you whatsoever. Now, this is a policy we've always had in place, actually, long before COVID. It just happens to work out very well due to the COVID situation that is ongoing right now. But a lot of times there's reasons that insurance won't cover for. And maybe one of those is that you've booked your river cruise a year or 2 years in advance, and you find out that your first grandchild is due and you do not want to miss that. Execute the Travel Waiver Plus. It'll allow you to change your cruise and move it to another date with no penalties to you whatsoever. Of course, it works out very well right now. We don't know what's going to happen in the future with regards to COVID. So if you add this, this will allow you to change for absolutely any reason. So it really allows you to book now with your travel advisors and have full peace of mind. So do make sure to ask them about that. But as a special thank you again for joining me tonight for our river cruise focus on the Danube and the Rhine. In addition to whatever the early booking offers are, I'm going to give you another $200 off per couple for any booking you make with your travel advisor within the 14 days of this presentation. And to let you know, our Canadians are getting an extra bonus. There's a Canadian resident special, and that's free prepaid gratuities. That's also good until the end of September. So lots of things to take advantage of. Please get in touch with your valued travel advisor. But that is our return to river sailing over on the Danube and over on the Rhine. Now, folks, at this stage of the presentation, if you do have any questions, now is the time, of course. Type them into that little chat box that you see in the bottom right-hand corner, and I will answer those. Of course, if you have any questions that come up after the presentation is over, please just get in touch with your travel advisor. They will be more than happy to assist you. And if they do not know the answers to the questions, I guarantee you they all know how to get a hold of me 24/7. So looking through a couple of questions. I see one of you had some issues with the sound on the videos. Sorry, I apologize for that. It might have been an error on your system, but if you would like, we do have a YouTube channel. Just search for AmaWaterways. You can actually watch the videos that I had in the presentation over there as well tonight. There is one other question though from Cheryl. What is the Quiet Box? The Quiet Box is a touring system for all of our onshore excursions. And basically what this allows you to do is the tour guide has a little microphone that they speak into. You've got a pair of headsets that you are able to listen to the tour guide without huddling around the tour guide to hear what he or she is saying. It obviously works perfectly with the COVID situation going on to ensure social distancing when you are doing your guided touring onshore as well. Okay, I don't see any other questions popping into the inbox. Nope. So folks, that wraps us up for our focus tonight. Like I said, on the Danube and the Rhine rivers. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I will be focusing on the rivers of France and Portugal. Thursday on our exotic destinations over on the Mekong, Chobe River, and our newest exotic destination, the Nile. And of course, if you'd like the general presentation, which goes into a lot more detail, of course, on the AmaWaterways ships and the service and all of the features on board, I will be doing 2 more of those presentations at 2 o'clock Eastern time for tomorrow and for Thursday. So if you're interested in joining on to any of those, just get in touch with your travel advisor and they can send you out the links for those as well. But thank you very much, folks, for tuning in. We hope to see you on a Rhine or a Danube River Cruise experience with AmaWaterways, maybe this year for the Christmas markets, next year, or into 2022. Thanks again, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your night.